This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so it's almost time and I should not waste any of your time. So let's get started. Hello everyone and welcome to this demo session on Playwright with TypeScript. Can anyone give me a heads up or a thumbs up suggesting that my audio audible to you guys? Thanks, Vinu. Thanks, Ritesh. Thank you. So let me just share my screen as well. Let me know though my screen is also visible. Okay. So hope my screen is visible to you guys. Is the PPT also visible? Can anyone give me a thumbs up? Yeah, thank you, Rahul. Thank you. So hope my presentation is visible. So hello everyone and welcome to this demo session on Playwright with TypeScript. My name is Cyril and I'm excited to be your instructor for this session. So let me start by giving you a brief introduction about myself first. So I'm getting some things. Let me just check. Yes, okay. Sorry to interrupt. Okay, so uh, introduction about myself. We start with that, and then we move on to what is the agenda of this session. So I have over 8 years of experience in the software testing field, specializing in test automation particularly. Over the years, I have worked extensively on creating robust automation frameworks using tools like Java, Selenium, and Playwright with TypeScript. And our demo is focused on Playwright with TypeScript for this session. My expertise lies in designing scalable, maintainable, and efficient test automation solutions tailored to meet project needs. So, in addition to my technical background that I have just illustrated, I also have a strong background in mentoring teams and training individuals in test automation best practices. So, in my career, I have also guided both beginners and also experienced professionals in mastering tools like Selenium and Playwright, helping them grow their skills and confidence in automation testing. Apart from my mentoring activities, I also have been a significant part in providing proof of concepts for automation solutions. Like from my recent experience, I was able to provide browser stack POC for a major e-commerce client. So this involves evaluating tools, demonstrating their capabilities, and showcasing how they can be integrated into existing workflows to solve real world challenges. So I come from an industry, so whatever things that I will be sharing will be mostly based on my practical experiences, not only from a teaching point of view, but what is actually happening in the industry and what kind of skill set people are looking for when they are checking for an automation candidate or a testing candidate, right? So my goal has been always to bridge gap between theoretical knowledge and practical implementation. Like from the generic teaching that we always find is a lot of theory is involved, and we want to learn what actually is needed in the industry, right? So that would come handy with this session. So today I will be sharing my knowledge and experience with you to get started with your automation journey, particularly with Playwright and TypeScript. And by the end of the session, you will have a clear understanding of how to use this tool and build a modern, efficient test automation framework. By the end of the session, what I mean is if you're taking up this course and completing the session, it's based on that. In today's session, you will get an idea of why Playwright with TypeScript is so hot topic in industry. So I will be covering those aspects as well. That is also one of our agenda. Okay. So we'll be going through each of these agendas for today. So first agenda is like why do you need to join this course, right? Like for any student or any QA engineers who have joined, the first question that always arises to your mind is like how this topic or how this course is relevant to me. So we'll be covering those topics as well. And we'll be also covering who should enroll in this course, any prerequisite that we have for this course. And also we'll be checking what is Playwright, why Playwright over other frameworks. We know there are other frameworks and other open source automation tools available in the industry. Still, why the topic of Playwright is of concern, and we will be discussing those as well. And this session will also cover what is the duration of this course. We'll go one by one for each of these topics so that you get an idea first of all. So, what is the joining benefit of this course? So, first of all, you will have hands-on learning experience with real-world automation tasks. So, the course has been designed in such a way that the instructor, that is myself, will be writing a piece of code, and you, as my students, will be also coding with me. So, it's not like a one-way conversation or one-way teaching that will be going on. I will be myself uh, creating everything from very scratch and facing those issues and showing them to you as well, so that you as an automation engineer are also able to follow along. Are there any questions? I, I could see some pings coming in the background, so I just, would you teach Java? Okay, I'm totally new to TypeScript. I know Java. Can I be able to come up to speed? Oh my God. See, this course, we will come to that anyway, Senthil, to these two questions, Senthil and Binu. Uh, we will come to that. That will be, that is already there in my agenda to cover. So I will cover these two questions, Binu and Senthil. Okay. So the joining
Hello.
benefit will be, yeah, hello.
Can Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Can I know your name?
Yeah. I'm taking this course from my office. Is this recorded?
Okay, okay. Yeah, this is getting recorded. This session is getting
Um,
recorded.
can you send it to me if I couldn't uh, join fully?
Yeah, the recorded session will be sent to you by the admin team by the end of the session. If you miss anything, they will help you out.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. So Binu, I will come to your question that is already there in my agenda. So the joining benefit of this course is like you will have the knowledge of complete setup from scratch using TypeScript. So I will just walk you through the course as well, where I have clearly defined like there is ample amount of focus on learning the TypeScript language alone, because I find that that is also important when you learn Playwright. So also you will be having projects which you can include in your resume, some mini projects, and also I will help you guide if to create your GitHub account and push your code into Git account, because as an interviewer myself, I also check candidates and prefer candidates who have their own GitHub account and they have done significant amount of work showcasing their Git account. So I will be also helping you in that way. Because my primary focus here is not only to mentor the students who are joining this course, but also to help them be ready for the industry with all the tools required. So the last point is also very much important, the benefit that I will be covering, which is the interview preparation tips. The complete, hello, sorry, I'm having a disturbance. If you don't have any questions, you can go on mute. Thank you, thanks for. So the next question is like, who should enroll this course? The first question that always comes before any commitment is like, is this topic relevant for me? So this topic is relevant for those candidates who are already working as a QA engineer, quality assurance engineer, or SDETs, which are software development engineering test. Also developers who are looking to learn end-to-end automation and they want to add automation skill set as well. So as a prerequisite, if you have a basic knowledge of JavaScript and TypeScript, that is good to have. But believe me, guys, That is not a mandate for this course, as I will be also covering a vast portion of TypeScript language to get started with. Coming back to the question that one of our colleague had, like someone who already has a background of JavaScript, right? You're good to go. I mean, the first 6 hours of TypeScript anyway, I will be teaching because TypeScript with Playwright enhances the feature of working with Playwright. So that will be great if you already know JavaScript. It will be a piece of cake. I mean, it will be very easy for you to understand. And for someone who has a background of Java as a language, still well and good. This is just a different way of writing the code in a different syntax way, which is the JavaScript of way of writing things. But as you have already the some basic knowledge on programming, it will be like an added advantage for you. So the third point, like what I'm trying to say is like if you're having any kind of familiarity with any programming language, it will be an added advantage. But it is not like a mandatory thing to have to start with this course because I have designed it in such a way that right from the installation part, I will be helping you for this course, and I will be also helping you in understanding the TypeScript language from the very basics. As a who should enroll question mark, right? The fourth point is something which I wanted to highlight very specifically. Like this course is uh, created in such a way that any individual who wishes to start off his career in automation testing can take up this course. This is the right path for you, because as a automation testing, there are so many paths available in front of you, and you are confused whether I should go with the Java Selenium approach or should I go with an Python with Selenium or Playwright approach. And you also have this third path, which is Playwright with TypeScript, which is very hot in the market right now. And I myself have transitioned my career from using Java Selenium frameworks to completely now diving into Playwright with TypeScript frameworks. So we were talking about Playwright a bit. So just to give you a background of what is Playwright. So Playwright is an open source end-to-end testing framework which is developed by Microsoft. So they are here in the industry from the past 5 years. And I will show you one slide in which we can clearly see right from 2024, there has been a significant rise in number of people using and implementing Playwright. So Playwright out of the box also supports Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit browser. Cross-platform mobile emulation is support, not the real device, but uh, a port view of mobile view can be tested using Playwright. We'll show it in our upcoming session as well, how that can be done. Best part of Playwright is that it comes with an inbuilt test runner and it also supports parallel execution. So this question, right, like we were discussing, why we need Playwright when we already have other frameworks, right? So Playwright uh, is genius in some ways, like, it outsmarts Selenium in ways like, it has the auto waiting feature for element, which reduces flakiness. So any Selenium users who have joined would agree with me, like, there are so many test cases that we script using Selenium and we end up with the issue of flakiness. So flakiness is kind of a scenario in testing practice is that you write a piece of script, it runs for the very first time, but then it doesn't run very often. So that is termed as flakiness. And it also supports headless and headful mode. That is nothing but the browser opens in a headful mode, and sometimes the automation runs in the background. So that is termed as a headless mode. You don't even see the browser coming up. Let me just check if I have any questions from you. Okay, I think Senthil, I have answered your question. Yes, you can. I know Java. Can I be able to come up to the speed? Yes, you can. To answer the question of Suchita, I do not have any technical knowledge. Yes, this will help you because uh, because this course is designed in such a way that it, I'm covering the basics of programming first. So we'll come to the course syllabus and we'll come to know how the course is designed. So it is for absolute beginners also. Playwright downloading again can down at the end. Okay, I'll come to that answer given at the end. So I have some uh, figures to show you so that you get an idea.
I have one more doubt. Please don't mistake me.
Yeah, can
Do
you
we need
call
to?
your name? Yeah,
My name is
yeah.
Sendil.
Who is
Yeah,
this?
my name is Sendil.
Yeah, yes, Anil. Yes.
Yes. I have one more doubt. Like in this session, are we going to learn JavaScript, then TypeScript, then Playwright, or straight away TypeScript and Playwright?
I have designed in such a way that you have to learn
Okay.
TypeScript and then Playwright. But by
Okay.
learning
Okay.
TypeScript, you will have some basic understanding of JavaScript as well because TypeScript
Okay.
just has
Got
an
it.
additional feature with JavaScript, like static typing.
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks. Thanks. Thanks a
Okay.
lot.
So one of our colleagues, Jeevan, he was mentioning like what is the trend in Playwright, right? So this is the figure, and I can just show you a live figure. We can just students can go to this website which is npmtrends.com. Okay, so what this website is basically, it shows the number of downloads. Okay, each uh, tool has. So I will just type Playwright first. We will compare Playwright with Selenium. So it's a live website, so you can yourself check that what am I talking about and what is the relevance of learning Playwright today, not tomorrow. Okay, so let me also type Selenium WebDriver. So this is the official WebDriver JavaScript binding on the Selenium projects. Okay, so I'm doing a head-on comparison of number of downloads that happened between Playwright and Selenium WebDriver. Okay, let me just show you some historical data. Let us go 5 years back.
Sorry to disturb. I think we are seeing only PPT.
Okay, is it? Okay,
Yeah, you forgot to change the tab.
okay, my bad. Share something else. Is it visible now? Or is it still the PPT?
Still the PPT.
Okay. What do I do? Yes. Okay, now is my screen visible? It is, right? Are you able to see this screen, which is Playwright with
Yes.
npmtrends.com?
Yes.
Okay. So you yourself, colleagues, can go to this website, which is npmtrends.com. This website is nothing but it shows you the number of downloads that happen in the node package manager. So I just took an example of Playwright and Selenium WebDriver. So you can see with the onset of 2024, Playwright has been increasing, say, very significantly. And I'm talking about this trend that is happening not only by giving you an idea of the number of downloads that is happening in the Node.js environment, but also what is happening in the industry. Like I myself had to transition from using the traditional Java Selenium frameworks to Playwright with TypeScript framework. And also people are asking the automation testers to migrate their existing scripts from the traditional Selenium approach to the Playwright's approach, because there are so many additional features which Playwright has where the Selenium was lacking. But I'm not degrading Selenium in any way. Selenium is in the industry for a very long time, and it will be in the industry for a very long time. But as per the current job trends as well, the number of jobs are increasing in the Playwright environment quite significantly. Okay, so let me just go back to my PPT. Okay, so hope my PPT is back again. Can anyone give me a confirmation?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. So that was why Playwright over other frameworks, not only in terms of number of downloads, but Playwright also provides the modern architecture and faster test execution. It has also built-in network mocking and tracing capability. We can also take video traces, screenshots. Even in Selenium that is possible, but with Selenium you would always find we need an help of an external library to accommodate those changes. And also with having different test frameworks, you need Selenium with the power of TestNG to completely utilize Selenium, right? But with Playwright with TypeScript framework, it comes with inbuilt Playwright runner as well. So everything is inbuilt. So they have cautiously taken care of so many things that we have to do it on our own. So it has so many different capabilities in those terms. So this is what I was talking about, not only in terms of number of downloads, but if you check the job market also, right? This is a data that I took in the month of March. Okay. Now you can also go to Glassdoor or LinkedIn and check and validate this data on your own. So number of jobs for Playwright automation has been increasing with each month passing by. And this is an official data from testguild.com. What I already was showing you, like after the onset of 2024, Playwright has become the dominant automation testing tool. So it has also surpassed its legacy automation tool that we have it in the industry, right, which is Selenium and Cypress as well. I mean, Cypress, there is no head-on comparison with Cypress and Playwright, because Playwright outsmarts Cypress in so many areas. And this is also a right time to get into the automation testing market, because people are flushing so many amount of their companies' wealth and budget into automating the scripts. And also with that, Playwright is also playing a significant role, which is also a official remark which is provided by this global IT services provider. You can cross-check this data in the website as well, so that you get an understanding. So the intention here is to have the motivation to learn this course well in advance, so that you know why specifically you have chosen this course, Playwright with TypeScript, for your automation journey, even though there are so many different open options, other options available, right? So this is a head-on comparison with Selenium. I have not listed on all the advantages that Playwright is having over Selenium, but just to note down the first five that comes to my mind, right? That comes as an automation engineer, what I feel about Playwright. So the API and modern, it's having a very simpler API and modern syntax, and it supports multiple browser. The debugging, which is inbuilt in Playwright, is very efficient, especially for people who are working on a script on a maintenance basis. Also, they want to recheck and redo the script. The debugging comes into play. The automation scripting part very easily. And another thing that you would find with Selenium is like you not only have to install Selenium, but you also have to install the different Chrome drivers that you that comes with it, right? For example, if you want to interact with any Chrome browser, you would download Chrome driver. Similarly with Firefox driver. But Playwright comes with its own inbuilt drivers that helps us to interact with browsers. And the CI/CD pipeline integration is much better in Playwright frameworks than in Selenium Java frameworks. Now talking about the course duration. So each session will be of 1 hour, that is 60 minutes, and total it will be for 4 weeks. And the timings, as you know, it will be from 9 to 10 p.m. India time. We'll be having the session from Monday till Friday. Okay, and I will be also including assignments during the session. Maybe not for all the session, but any major session which I feel that require your additional input from student to understand the concept. I will be providing assignments on that. And at the finale, like at the end of the session, you will be also be reviewed with a mini project that I am expecting students would create on their own. So the focus is like it's not just the instructor teaching you, but I want this course to have the complete fulfillment in terms of if you are able to build a small framework on your own, then only I can say the uh, session or the entire course for the success, right? So that is my primary aim. So with the initial setup, we'll be also setting it up Playwright with TypeScript. Before going into this, let me just show you the course curriculum that I have planned for you. So hope my PDF is also visible. Any vocal confirmation will be fine.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So some of the questions, some of the students also had this question, right? Like, is this course designed for a complete beginner? Yes, it is. Why? Because we are following the first module itself will be covering only TypeScript. So I'll be talking and I'll be giving you the theory knowledge and also the practical knowledge only on TypeScript because I don't want students to directly jump into Playwright and find Playwright is easy to deal with. Believe me, as you're working in any industry, you will find it very difficult if you don't have a base level of programming understanding. So that's why I have created this session in such a way that we will be focusing on the fundamentals of the language first. So the first 6 hours will be only dealing with TypeScript as a language. So we'll be covering each fundamental of TypeScript, and I myself will be installing and doing all the configuration hand in hand. So the course is designed in such a way that if the instructor is installing and downloading or doing some activity, parallelly the students should also do it so that they have a hands-on experience. Even though they have done it in their past, I would still want them to do it on the go so that they understand why such steps are required. So they understand the background of it as well. So I'll be covering those aspects with the introduction of TypeScript. Then we'll be jumping into different variable types and operators that will come along with it. We'll be focusing on the basic types which are required because in testing we do not need in-depth of programming, but I still want you to have some basic level of understanding of what are arrays. Tuples are hardly used, but still we'll be covering those. Because I need to have that confidence that you are ready to take up for Playwright. So before we even dive into Playwright, I'll be teaching you one by one all these topics because I myself as a learner have understood how should a learning journey takes place. It should take place in a way that you have your basic understanding very much thorough and clear. So after that, we'll be also talking about classes and inheritance, constructors, okay, different compilation and modules that is how to write a configuration of a TypeScript config.json file. We'll be also discussing what is TypeScript and how TypeScript actually works in the background. you get a basic level of understanding. And all these exercises will be hands-on. So I'll be also giving you examples. And if some of the topics needs your more attention, I'll be also handing over some assignments that you can do it on your own time. That is after the session, not during the session. Okay. After the brief introduction on the TypeScript language, then only we are diving into Playwright. Because if I install the Playwright and show you the Playwright at once, for someone who has no background of any programming language, it will be overwhelming. It's very easy, but still, I don't want you to jump into something that you do not understand. So that was the motivation of creating the schedule in such a way that the focus is on TypeScript, and then we slowly move into Playwright. So when we talk about Playwright, we'll be introducing Playwright. We'll be also discussing why Playwright, what is Playwright, how do we install it, what is the basic project structure that comes up with it. And in the first lecture itself, we will be able to write a simple test script using the Playwright framework with TypeScript. And we will be launching a different set of browsers, that is Chromium, Firefox, and WebKits. This will be a basic level of locator and page interaction. There is a dedicated session, dedicated class only to discuss about locators that is there in the core Playwright concept. So we will be coming into that. But before that, we'll be just having a basic understanding. I'll be also showing you the debugging and tracing capabilities that Playwright has inbuilt. That is also the screenshot and video capture mode that is there. And after that, only we'll be diving into the core Playwright concepts level. Like with the locator strategy itself, there are some best practices which are suggested by Playwright. So we'll be also highlighting those with our locators deep dive class. And then we will also have element level interaction. So first, we will be covering all of the UI part associated with Playwright, and then only we'll be diving into API automation as well, that is application programming interface. So this course is designed in such a way that at the end of this course, you will be a complete automation tester. So you will not be only restricted to you being an UI automation tester, but also you will have hands-on understanding of API automation as well.
One question over here, but Playwright is not used for API automation.
Yeah, it is used. It can be used.
It can be used. Okay. Can I ask one more question quick, please?
Can not only. Yes, please.
So in Selenium, we can use, there's no way we can do the desktop handling. It's only for web applications. In Playwright, can we process some desktop activity, like let's say while I'm in the web application in Playwright, can I just click the upload or the download button on the file explorer, which is desktop?
Yeah, that is possible. That is possible.
In Playwright.
That feature is included in Playwright. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And to answer to your question whether API automation is included in Playwright, yes, it is included. Not only it can be done, I have myself contributed to different frameworks where we are using API automation with Playwright, because it is built in such a way that it provides so many API activities and API level of things that you can do with Playwright. So that is one more advantage that Playwright has over other frameworks. UI and API, you don't have to run for different libraries. It is all inclusive within Playwright. So that is one more power of what Playwright provides you that other. Just as an example, if I talk about Selenium with Java, for UI automation, you can use Selenium, no issues. But if you want to go with API automation, you may have to introduce REST assured library in a framework and start learning REST assured as well. REST assured syntaxes as well. So that is not required in Playwright. So back to our core syllabus, element level interaction, that is click. Please note this type is initiated in Playwright. Instead, we have fill. So I'll be removing this. So, but I just wanted to highlight this as well. Then you have checking up a checkbox, mouse over action, drag and drop option. This is the file upload and download option, which happens over the web app that we can be done in Playwright itself. Then with assertions, you don't have to check other libraries. Playwright inbuilt has its own expect library, which will handle all the assertions. Like expect, there are same software and hard assertions are also available in Playwright. This is one of the cool feature that Playwright has, which is the wait ability, auto wait ability. Colleagues who have some understanding of Selenium would always find it difficult to write code that is sustainable, because we always find a web element on the page which was clickable at the moment and then it is not. So all those things are automatically handled with the auto wait mechanism which Playwright has it in default. So dot click action has its own wait mechanism. Similarly with dot fill or other actions that we have. Then we'll be talking about handling dynamic content. This wait for selector is also a kind of wait mechanism that is available in Playwright. We'll be discussing those as well. Then we have the browser context and page. These three contexts that is available in Playwright. We'll be discussing about those. Also, a cool feature of Playwright of how we can isolate different test sessions in Playwright that we will be discussing. At the end, we'll be also checking how we can set up and have a tear down mechanism using the before all and after each annotation in Playwright. So by the end of this module, then only we are moving into some advanced Playwright features. So handling drop downs, checkboxes, radio buttons, any unexpected alerts that comes in your web pages or any pop-ups that comes up in your web pages, those kind of things. Let me just check if I have any questions over here, because I have missed to check the chat. Yeah, is Playwright fully W3C standards like Selenium? So Playwright, are we running? Okay, let me just come from here. Are we running our scripts in any cloud environment? No, basically, first I will be running from my local machine. And then also we have a CI/CD pipeline with Git workflow that can be used. Okay. So will it support API testing? Yes, it supports API testing. We already discussed that. Would you show how to set up Playwright CI/CD? In this session won't be possible, Gautam. This is like the first base level session. So CI/CD, I want to put it at the end of the session once you have a good hands-on training with Playwright and we have built up a test script with us. Then at the end we can move with the CI/CD approach, which is using with the workflow, Git workflow. Okay, so coming up with frames, how to work with nested frames that will be included over here. Okay, interacting within the frames, this is the iframe. This is also one more cool feature that Playwright has. If you guys are familiar with API automation or API testing, manual testing in general, we have a concept of mocking API. So what does that mean is basically when you're working in an industry, your front end is interacting with so many third API, right? Which are provided by different service providers. So sometimes that service provider may be down, but I want to continue with my testing. So how do I do that? So for that, we have a mocking mechanism. That mocking mechanism is available in Postman, and the same can be done with Playwright as well. There are features in Playwright which help us to do that. So before we talk about API testing, API automation in Playwright, I have also included Postman learning in this course, which I haven't mentioned in my module yet, but I thought I'm thinking it will be beneficial if first you understand what first the students, if they are able to understand what is an API and how does an API work and communicate, then automating that API will become much easier. Otherwise, if you're someone who has no idea, when haven't seen API in action, it will be kind of confusing if I start automating the API part. So I'll be also showcasing you the Postman part of it first, manual API. Using the application flow. We can have storage uses as well, so that can be done. The file handling part is also included here. You can download and also upload simulations, that is also possible. And then the test runner part, that is writing test cases with Playwright test. I'll be briefly introducing you to Playwright config.ts, how to read through each of the files and how we can provide different level of configurations over there. Then we can also create test suites around our Playwright using the describe keyword, that will also be included. So we are almost at the end of. Sorry, what is the question?
So I just got the question. So you are covering page object model, right, here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm coming at the later part of it because the design part should always come at the later part when you have understood the basics of Playwright, so that you are very much familiarized using the TypeScript as a language. Then when you jump into the page object model of designing, it becomes easier for you. So that comes in the framework design and best practices part. So we have a dedicated session only talking about the reusable page classes using the form model, how we can organize test codes. Because I myself have found people writing code in their framework very beautifully, but it is not in an organized manner, doesn't follow the industry standards. So we'll be covering those aspects as well with the framework design part. Then we have the reporting and debugging part for Playwright. We'll be using HTML reports and also different other types of report that are available. As an automation test script, someone who writes or creates test script, your capability should not only limit yourself on writing new test cases, but also debugging existing test scripts that are written. So most of the engineers or programmers are finding it difficult on how I can debug in my environment, right, in my VS Code. So I'll be covering a short session on that as well. Screenshot and video generation are also part of the tracing capability which Playwright has. We'll have a dedicated session on how to show you the different configurations that we can do with the video generation and screenshot. We can have videos in different pixel rating. So many possibilities are available with Playwright. So this is the CI/CD part which one of our colleagues was asking. That is a live session today is not covered on how we can create a CI/CD pipeline for Playwright today, but it is available in the course structure. And the end, we also have best practices and patterns to follow, retry mechanisms that are available in Playwright by default. We'll be exploring those as well, and also environment management. So in real-time industries, there are some standards to be followed when we are testing in different environments, and how we can configure different environments and their test scripts within the Playwright framework. I will be covering those aspects. So this is mostly handled in the Playwright config.ts file, and we will be discussing those as well. So this is the last module of the course syllabus. So by the end of this syllabus, the last 4 hours of the syllabus only talks about how you can create your own framework right from the scratch. So if you have completed the top 5 modules, by default, you will be able to complete this session of the module, which is building a small test framework using page object model. This will include both UI automation as well as API automation. We'll be covering testing the complete end-to-end flow of a login flow, a search, and a form submit flow that we have. This course is not only for imparting knowledge on using Playwright with TypeScript, but also we'll be also discussing a set of sample interview questions that I myself have asked students or asked other colleagues, and I myself have faced as sitting on the other side of the interview. So both as an interviewer and an interviewee, the questions that I've faced in my career as of now, we'll be discussing all those questions and also some extra questions from an interview standpoint, and how do we answer. All those things will be covered in this session. The main focus of this sample interview question Q&A session is kind of, I have always found like students are able to provide a very consumed answer which lacks the practical knowledge. So when we can have a mock interview where I'll be also providing you some inputs or suggestion or tips on how you can improve your existing answer. So it's not like you learn an answer and you mug up and say the answer. Even when you're saying your answer, when it comes to technical programming or automation testing, right? Your practical experience really helps you to stand out. So that is very much important. So that will also be discussed over here. And also at the end of the course, we will have feedback for myself. We will have a Q&A session on things I could improve for this session, or things you would like to have something extra by the end of this session. That could really help you. So these are some of the learning objectives that I have. We have discussed most of the part earlier, but still I would like to highlight. So the first part is always, understanding the TypeScript fundamental very at the grassroots level. So that is basically to build a very strong, or at least a base level programming foundation is required. We will be also learning on how to set up and configure a Playwright environment, right from installation to end-to-end automation testing. Not only writing, but writing very effective UI automation scripts, following the best practices when it comes to locator strategies. Okay. Then we'll be also discussing how we can work with web elements, frames, and events. Different events that we have, not only there are, if students have observed, like if you go to any website, there are some buttons. When you click on that button, a new tab pops up, right? So it is on another tab. So that is actually an event, considered an event. So we'll be handling some complex scenarios as well. So you have an overall idea how you can write automation scripts. So you're ready with at an industrial level, not only someone who knows Playwright, but someone who can utilize Playwright in writing scripts which make sense, which follows the industry level standards. API testing we already discussed, and working with Playwright, there is one more feature. Then automation best practices, that is using the POM model for designing. There are other design models that we will just walk through, but we will be focusing more on page object model. Generating reports, HTML reports, debugging test, integrating your test with CI/CD pipelines. GitHub workflow, GitHub workflow is something that I have accommodated in this course. If time permits, we can also include Jenkins or GitLab CI. But GitHub Action is something I would like to focus more on, because people are using this CI/CD more often because it's very user friendly, and it's very what do you say, in agile model of working, people want to write a set of code and push it to a certain branch. And with that push mechanism itself, people want to check the test results. So that's where GitHub Action comes into picture. So we'll be discussing more on GitHub Actions here more. And we'll be building a mini framework that I already showed you. I think at module 6, you'll be creating your own lightweight test automation framework, which will be a combination of both UI and API testing. So that will actually highlight the overall capability that Playwright with TypeScript has. Also, I'll be preparing students for automation roles for their interviews, exposing them to real world testing scenarios, and prepare for interviews which will have also code based exercises. It will be not only theoretical questions that I might ask you in the mock interview, but also I would have prepared some code level of question that typically it is expected from an automation tester to provide answers with. So that is also a part of the mock Q&A sessions. So I think we are almost at the end of the session, and I open the floor for any questions that we have as of now and how this course is designed.
I have
Sir,
one question.
hello.
Hello.
Yeah, please go one at a time. Yeah.
After completing this course, are you going to provide the recording sessions or how it will be?
Regarding the recorded sessions, the admin will get in touch with you. So all the session, right from the session that we are having right now, is recorded by me. The filing will be provided by the admin team to use, and you will have lifetime access, is what I believe. But please take confirmation from the admin.
Okay, because what I'm asking that because we are working sometimes it is not possible to attend for any particular day. That's why.
Yeah. So that can be arranged, is what I believe. But my personal preference will be you attend the session every day, because I have designed the course in such a way that not only the instructor is coding, you will be coding along with me. Getting the point? Because I don't want you to. I want you to have that hands-on experience while I'm facing some issue, how I'm able to resolve it, right? And if my students are also able to do it, it will be a real learning experience. It will be great if you could join, but if not, I think that can be also be arranged, is what I believe.
Okay. Thanks.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Myself, Nilesh.
Yes,
sir, can you teach us the Cucumber framework and CI/CD with Jenkins?
See, I will tell you one thing. Playwright with Cucumber is not a good combination. If you include Cucumber in Playwright, it reduces the power of Playwright.
Okay.
So Cucumber is not included. With CI/CD pipeline, GitHub Actions is included.
And can you please give us a overview of Jenkins at the end of the class? End of the course.
If time permits, I will. Yeah, if time permits, I can do that.
Okay.
And we'll be able to do that. Yeah. Okay. Because see, Jenkins require an external machine itself hosted somewhere. If I install Jenkins in my local machine, right, there is a problem that I might have some performance level issue. But I will give you an overall idea of what is Jenkins.
Okay, nice. Thank you, sir.
Sir, I have one question. We are in this session, we are going to learn fundamentals of TypeScript and the entire Playwright from beginning to advanced. So, and the duration of the course is just 4 weeks. So, will this time enough to learn everything, or like?
Yes, it is. It is designed in such a way that that is enough. Because see, some of the courses I've seen, it goes for a very long time. It reduces the fruitfulness of the course. So it is designed in such a way that first of all, you need to follow along with me. So when I start with TypeScript, the first 6 hours are dedicatedly for TypeScript. So after that, when you move to the Playwright concepts, right, at the base level, you'll be able to understand it very quickly because at the base level, the programming is TypeScript, right? Playwright is something, it's an additional tool which works on TypeScript.
Yeah.
So you will be able to cope up. And my belief is like if you learn in a short period of time with practical implementation, you will have hands-on knowledge so that you don't forget stuff, right? The focus is also
Yeah.
on that you don't forget stuff. It's a very long course, right? Sometimes students lag behind and module 1 is completely lost. There is no point in going to module 2.
Yeah, and after completion of this course, can I directly
Yeah.
work on in my organization on the projects itself in end-to-end testing for Playwright?
Yeah, you will be able to. So the examples and assignment that I'll be sharing, right? I will be sharing
Mhm.
you a link itself where I would ask you to automate a specific workflow, which will be very much similar to what you see it in your current job profile, I believe. An e-commerce website
Okay.
or a login flow where you need to check whether how a logged in user journey is without authenticated user journeys. Those kind of things will be included.
Okay. Yeah, clear. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Any
Do
other
we
question?
get Do we get a
Yeah.
homework today?
No, today there is no homework. Today is just a demo session one class. So I haven't even shown you how to get started with installation and setup, right? So that I
Sorry, I
myself will
didn't
be
ask
doing.
about
So
today. Sorry, I didn't ask about
mm,
today. Every day, once the session started, do we have a homework session or something like that?
no, there is no additional homework session or anything. The session will be only for 1 hour. I will be
Mm-hmm.
providing you extra assignment that you have to do it in your own time.
Okay.
But that will be related to what we have already done in the class. That is for your practice purpose. There is no evaluation or something, but so that you have hands-on training and next day when you come to the session, things are fresh in your mind. That's the purpose. That also not every session will have that. If I find some topics are slightly harder to understand, I would write some questions so that you can practice. That is the agenda.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Ashwa this side. Do we have any doubt clearing sessions or whatever assignments you gave us, if you have doubt on that,
Mm,
like how it will get
mm.
cleared?
In the next section, I will dedicate some time for that. But believe me, the live session that I will be taking in the class, the assignment will be completely focused on that. So if you have followed the session very well, you can do that as well. So it will be a different example. Like for example, if I tell you, I will show you how to handle a drop down, and I will give you an example assignment where you have to handle the drop down. Maybe the expert, the page it's on a different page or something like that. But on a core level, it will be the same.
Okay. And my second question is since currently I'm working on the Salesforce, okay, Salesforce project. So currently
Salesforce,
we are
okay,
using,
okay,
yeah. So currently we are using Selenium with Java. Okay. So
okay.
does Playwright support Salesforce also?
Uh, so what is the use case there? Is it a UI automation or
No, that Salesforce application we have now. So we have automated that all application in the Selenium plus Java. Since that there are lots of lag
yeah?
in the Selenium. So
Mm,
in that can we automate the Playwright using Playwright also this Salesforce application?
yeah, we can. There is no issue.
Okay, okay, fine.
I just wanted to ask you whether it's a UI level of interaction that you do or API. So if it's UI or API, Playwright will handle it, no issue.
No, it's a UI.
That was yeah. Then of course it can. So all the modern web application, right? Playwright will
Mhm.
support after the bugs. No issues in that. Even very dynamic React pages that nowadays people are, so many websites are on very latest React.js, right? Those components need to be handled, and those level of interaction only Playwright has the capability as of
Hmm. Okay. Thank you.
One more question, please. Are you be using Visual Studio
now.
Code Editor or some other editor?
For this course, we are using VS Code,
VS Code, Visual
and
Studio
I will
Code.
be Visual Studio Code. I will be also guiding you if you haven't installed VS Code. If you haven't installed Node.js, we will. I will showcase everything right from the scratch. So
Okay,
right from
got it.
creating the environment, the course is built. Yeah.
Got it.
So I have a
Okay.
question. So through VS Code, can we integrate with our CI/CD pipeline?
VS Code is a code ID, so it is where you write the code, right?
Right. Because
CI/CD
right now I use
pipeline.
Visual Studio, but not the VS Code. So, but still
No,
we
it's the
have no
same.
issues with this.
Visual Studio VS Code is the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is just
So just wondering why not we use
both.
Visual Studio? Usually, why does people use VS Code for TypeScript or I mean for Playwright?
I think VS Code is openly available, and it is very lightweight, first of all, and it has so many different configuration level. You can do so many different things in VS Code. That's why VS Code is very popular.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions with respect to, for example, is this the right course for you? Do you have any such questions? You can focus on that also, that aspect as well, because that is also an important question because there are so many different automation tools available in the industry right now. So if you are someone who has not started anywhere, this is something I would recommend. And it is based on my own personal experience, and I also showcase some of the data which is available over the internet, right? Why Playwright is so hot and trending. And the trend actually started just last year in 2024. And right now there are around, right now I think the current version is somewhere around 1.52. So I think every monthly they are having a release on Playwright. So they are very much hot in the market. And if you are someone who has well equipped with Playwright, it gives you an upper edge over other automation testers.
I have a couple of questions. So the first question is, um, why JavaScript and why TypeScript and why not JavaScript? What is the advantages and disadvantages over TypeScript? And the second is Playwright W3 standard like Selenium? These two are my questions. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, you are
Yes, you
audible.
are.
Yes, I
Okay.
can hear you.
Hello. I think we are not able to hear the trainer, right?
Yes.
or only I'm having the problem?
No, we're not.
Yeah, we can't hear the
Okay.
trainer.
Okay.
He's asking in comment.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think there are some rain in the
Okay.
background. Couldn't hear you.
Okay, that's fine, no problem. Okay, can I repeat my question one more time?
Just a minute. Let me.
Yeah. Please, once you are.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
what was your question?
Yes. Is Playwright is W3 standard, completely W3 standard, or is it in progress? And another question is, why TypeScript and why not JavaScript? What is the
Yeah. So,
advantages over JavaScript we have in TypeScript?
correct.
Two
So,
questions.
yeah. So, Senthil, the thing with JavaScript is like JavaScript is dynamically typed language. So, what does that mean?
Hmm.
So, if I create a variable, right,
Hmm.
I do not define what is the type of the variable. Like if in Java,
Correct.
if you would find like I can define string a name as string, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
in TypeScript, it is statically typed. So I can define a name a
Hmm.
type of an variable. So I can say that my ID should be of type number. So in future, if someone changes it right in my program, and if I'm receiving the
Okay.
output ID as a string, then that mismatch will cause the issue. So
Okay.
that's why Java is so powerful. So to take that capability from Java, TypeScript is built over JavaScript, which enhances this capability of
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Here also we have a primitive data types and non-primitive
Yeah. We
groups
have
concept.
string, boolean. We will discuss about those in
Boolean.
the TypeScript module session that we
Okay.
have.
Okay.
So that's one of the
Why is it
reason.
so
Like,
powerful and why it is so booming, especially TypeScript? What makes is it something like the performance is increased, and what is the reason for that? Could you please
see the
explain if you have a time?
Yeah, I don't have much time, but I will just give you a
Yeah,
walkthrough. See, JavaScript
just
was built.
overview is fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So first, the JavaScript was built, and TypeScript is something built over JavaScript. Okay. So
Okay.
even if you try to run any TypeScript file, it
Hmm.
automatically in the background compiles into JavaScript and runs. So basically, TypeScript is nothing but a JavaScript. Okay, the
Hmm.
main functionality that type provide is the type itself. You can create your own types which JavaScript didn't have. So I can define my own type. Say I can define a payment type as a type
Correct.
that would
Correct.
have only three options. So it has so many different capability and power over control over how the programming language is moving forward. So
Okay.
that's one
Okay.
of the reason. And the environment, right? Playwright works very well with TypeScript because Playwright out of the box supports TypeScript. So it compiles TypeScript on its own. It doesn't need an external compiler. So that's why
Okay. Is it kind
Playwright
of something
TypeScript is
faster
very
when
powerful.
compared to other language?
Uh, there is no
Okay.
comparison in terms of how
Okay.
fast or slow is it. Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing is TypeScript is easier to learn and get you onboarded. Okay, I can take another question,
Hmm.
Binu. Yeah, Binu. I think this
Yeah.
will be my last question. Yeah. Yeah, Binu, I can see you have raised your hand. You can unmute and or you are not in the call. I'm not sure.
Sir, is Playwright supports Salesforce?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, we can test, we can automate Salesforce with Playwright.
any UI level of interaction can be handled with Playwright. I am not sure what exactly in Salesforce you are trying to accomplish, but if it is any kind of UI level of interaction that you have, like you are opening a web browser, clicking on some element or something like that, then yes.
And functional testing, by function we have to check functions and all the things, data and all the things.
Data is in the form of the in the website itself, or where is the data stored?
Salesforce is a CRM. It has a different software. Salesforce is a
Okay.
software, sir.
Okay.
So it's not a browser. It's a software, sir. For functional testing, we can use.
Is it a desktop application? You know?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Got
So
it.
we can test it.
I think desktop application we cannot, but I will check on it. Mostly this
Okay.
course is intended in such a way that the websites that you open, right, UI level of interaction and API automation, right, that mostly people are following for testing domain, that can be automated with
Okay.
Playwright.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
I think I'm done for the session, students. So you can check with Isha Training Solutions. Okay, if you want to move ahead with the course. I think we are passed over the 10 p.m. slot. So, goodbye and have a nice day, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time. Have a good day. Good day to everyone.
Thank you.